Should we just have a little, maybe a little read just for the kids and that so they can understand? Okay. Just have a little break. I've just been singing so much. Okay, so number 1. Just worship Sri Gaura Hari, who is always Godhead, Krishna, who sported in the cowed pastures of Braja, and stole the hearts of Nanda and Yashoda. Bruce, please, number 2.
Yes. Mother Yashoda calls Krishna, my dear Damodar, it is very late. Please come right now, sit down in the dining hall and take your lunch.
On the direction of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna, the holder of Govardhan Hill, sits down, and then all the cowherd boys, along with Krishna's elder brother, Sri Baladev, sit down in rows to take their lunch.
They then serve a feast of shukta and various kinds of green leafy vegetables, then nice fried things and a salad made of green leaves of the jute plant.
Jute plant.
They are also served pumpkin, baskets of fruit, small square cakes made of lentils and cooked down milk, then thick yogurt, squash cooked in milk, and vegetable preparations made from the flower of the banana tree.
Then they received fried squares of moong dal patties and urad dal patties, chapatis and rice with ghee. Next, sweets made of milk, sugar and rice flour cakes, thick cooked down milk, cake floating in milk, and sweet rice.
There's also sweet rice that tastes just like nectar, due to it being mixed with camphor. There are bananas and cheese which make it
Nectarine and delicious.
nectarine and delicious. There are also served 12 kinds of sour preparations made with
Tamarind.
tamarinds, limes, lemons, oranges, and pomegranates.
There are puris made with white flour and sugar puris filled with cream, laddus and dal patties boiled in sugared rice. Krishna eagerly eats all of the food.
Come on, Bala.
Number 8. In great ecstasy and joy, Krishna eats the rice, curried vegetables, sweets, and pastries cooked by Srimati Radharani.
Krishna's funny Brahmana friend Madhumangal, who is very fond of ladus, gets them by hook or by crook. Eating the ladus, he shouts Haribol, Haribol, and makes a funny song by slapping his sides under his armpits with his hands.
Beholding Radharani and her Gopi friends out of the corners of his eyes, Krishna eats at the house of Mother Yashoda with great satisfaction. 11, after lunch.
After lunch, Krishna drinks rose-scented water. Then all of the boys standing in lines wash their mouths.
After all the cowherd boys wash their hands and mouths, in great bliss they take rest with Lord Balaram.
The two cowherd boys, Jambula and Rashna, then bring Krishna pan made with breadfruit nuts, fancy spices, and katechu. After eating that pan, Sri Krishna Chandra then happily goes to sleep.
Wow. 14.
Yeah, 14.
While Krishna happily takes his rest on the excellent bed set, his servant Vishwalakshmi calls him with a fan of peacock feathers.
Our mother draws
Yashodas.
request the gopi.
The Ishta.
The Ishta brings remnants of food left on Krishna's plate to Srimati Radharani, who eats them with great delight.
Lalita Devi and the other gopis then receive the remnants, and within their hearts they sing the glories of Radharani and Krishna with great joy.
Thakur Bhaktivinoda, whose one and only joy is the pastimes of Lord Hari, sings his Bhogarati song.
Jai Bhogarati ki Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai Bhogarati.
You can do page.
We did
155.
Yeah. Page 155 was ¿Sabes qué podemos hacer? Yo probar una cosa. Yo hago una línea, así, pero tocando. Y después tú haces aquí.
Sí, como tú
Y
quieras.
después yo, como en turno. ¿Quieres probarlo?
Ok.
¿Tocar este o el otro? Si tú quieres, pues.
Eso está bien. Como
Es
quieras.
que estos dos suenan normal.
Let's sing Sri Gaura Hari Krishna Stavashtakam.
Huh? What were we doing now?
The page that I just
right.
Guru Rupavirajitananda Sutang Sutanu Nata Kanchana Bhumidaram Guru Rupavirajitananda Sutang Sutanu Nata Kanchana
Sorry. I heard that one in ages.
Page is.
Did you want to play this one? Did you want to play this one? I'm just going to be back up.
What page?
Is 155.
Do this.
Oh, it's 156.
Sorry, 56. Yes.
Do one line each. That's what we were doing. I do one line, and then you do one line, but with this.
Okay. Well, how?
You'll see.
Manasa deho geho jo kichu mora yar kilo tuya bude nanda kishora manasa deho geho jo kichu mora
I think it's.
Muy bien.
No,
Vamos.
I think it's
Todos
that one.
afuera.
130.
De
isn't
este
it?
lado.
Yeah, I think it's that 130. Fred, did you have a song that you want to sing? Or next?
Okay, let's do 248.
248. Because that's like halfway through a song.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Where is it? Is it 148 maybe? Yeah, sorry, 148.
148.
Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritam Bonidhi Adi Radhi Raja Priya Priya Karo Nil Matsara Pujito
Oh
Evil.
Are you okay? Page 184.
Karanja
Oh, actually, let's do page 155. Ajahure manasi nandanandana abhaya charanara vrindare. Ajahure manasi nandanandana abhaya charanara.
you want to do one more song and then we have like a little, is Artie at half one?
Yeah.
Should I do one more song?
I think so now.
Do you want to do we song and then we can maybe, I don't know, do some reading or something, like 15 minutes at least. Just keep everyone happy. Tu haces arte. ¿Quieres cantar algo? ¿Qué canción son? Should I play that?
134.
1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4.
At 134.
Kali Gorati Mire Garashala Gajana
You know the lost servants?
Yes.
We're reading about today. It's very, very beautiful, and I just have to share it. So sorry. I just have to share that one. It's actually very, very beautiful. Jai Srila Swami Bhakti Raksak Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Loving search for the lost servant ki Jai. Nitai Gora Premanande Hari Hari Bo. So we're reading this very nice portion of this book. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams to all the assembled devotees. My humble dandavats to everyone. Please forgive me for any of my offenses or my future offenses to anyone, and please excuse me if I make a mistake. Hare Krishna. So we're reading this really nice little portion this morning from this book. It's called "Loving Search for the Lost Servant," and obviously the title kind of says it all. So that's actually our real identity, our real ego, who we really are. Everyone has a bit of everyone has an ego, but in this material world we have a false ego. We come here because we want to enjoy, and to do that we must use the environment to do so, isn't it? So here in this book, the title, The Loving Search for the Lost Servant. So this means, actually, who we really are, our real identity is that, this very nice little verse, Jivera Swarupahoy Nitya Krishna Das. Yeah? So we are an eternal servant of the Lord. We're an eternal servant of Krishna. We just don't know that. We just don't know that yet. Okay? We may not feel that right now. That's why, every day we're trying to do one thing, isn't it? Sharanagati, surrender. Yeah? It's a process, an ongoing process. But today we're reading about, actually, that pastime of Govardhan. The significance of that. And that links into this verse in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dhamma parityaja mamikam saranam vraja aham tavam sarva papebhyo mokshayami ma suchaha. Yeah, so that verse is, abandon all other conceptions of duty and just surrender unto me. Have no fear. I shall protect you and free you from all sinful reactions that might arise from neglecting your ordinary, this word, ordinary duties. Okay? So, when we hear that, many people, they say, abandon all religion? You want me to abandon my duty? You want me to leave everything? How can I do that? That's irresponsible. Right? Because actually, what Krishna is saying is, end of the day, if we surrender ourselves to the Lord, who, let's face it, when push comes to shove, when one day we all have to go, isn't it? All of us. That day is coming. We don't know when. No one can save you. Not your hair transplant treatment, not your neighbor, not the cure for cancer. None of these things, they're not gonna save you. You might get hit by a truck. You might have the cure for cancer, but you get hit by a truck, you might die in a plane. This is the reality, yeah? Maybe you just slip and fall over, and you just go backwards and that's it. Okay? Death is inevitable, because in this material world, anyone who is born must go. They must die. So this story here, this history, this actual pastime of Govardhan, the significance of that is that what happened, right? Nanda Maharaj, he abandoned. What did he abandon? He abandoned the cultural duties of society and even his religion. Why did he do that? He did that for Krishna. Normally what they do is they worship Indra, okay, so that they will get the rain, so that they can properly feed the cows, so that the rain goes into the ground and then the grass is produced, right? So Krishna said, leave that, actually. Don't worship Indra, leave him. Worship Govardhan. And we know the story, right? Govardhan is Krishna. So at some point in our life, we need to have that kind of faith. We have to try to seriously give ourselves to Krishna more and more. Sincerely. Let Krishna, give us his shelter. Just like when Indra in the story, he's sending all the clouds, all the lightning, all the dangerous winds and so on the villagers. What happened? Krishna lifted up the Govardhan hill like a big giant umbrella, and everyone took shelter under him, and he protected everyone. So at the end of the day, not your neighbor, not your wife, not your husband, not your best friend, no one can save you. No one can save any of us. Only Krishna can save you. Because we're the soul, we're not this body. So why are you trying to spend your business trying to save this body, which is temporary? It's a complete waste of time. So we have to, every day, bit by bit, we must try to bow our head to the Lord. Remember, hey, I got a big ego, but like, who's the boss? The boss is the Lord, Krishna. Krishna's the boss. And all the servants of the servants, I must be humble to them. I must be, like that, cultivating surrender, the mood of surrender, bit by bit. Let me try and be part of this sweet play. Let me try and surrender myself, bit by bit. I can see a devotee there. Let me help him. Not keep thinking in your head, oh, what's in it for me? What am I getting out of this? We have to leave that. We have to leave even religion. Leave your religion. Leave all these things. Leave your culture. Leave all these things. But deep down, when push comes to shove, invest yourself in Krishna and the devotees. Then you're safe. Nothing in this world can save us. All right, anyway. So, the very gist of Govardhan Leela, the very substance of the pastime, is represented in this verse. The milkman in Vrindavan used to observe a sacrifice to satisfy the king of heaven, Indra, at whose command the rain clouds and other subtle elementary powers move. The main wealth of the cowherd men is the cow, and the cow's main food is grass. Only rain can produce grass, and so the cowherd men used to perform sacrifice to satisfy the subtle power, who is supposed to be in command of natural substances like rain. By satisfying Indra, favorable rains would come, and there would be sufficient grass. The cows could then graze easily on the grass and generate milk profusely. The Gopas, the cowherd men, and their families used to make different preparations from the milk, sell them in the marketplace, and in that way earn their livelihood. As the grazing ground in one place was finished, they would move from one forest to another, only for the purpose of obtaining grass for the cows. Krishna's father, Nanda Maharaja, and the cowherd men would wander from one place to the next. In this way, they lived sometimes in Vrindavan, sometimes in Nandagram, and sometimes in Gokul. Once, Krishna wanted to assert himself and modify the worship of Indra. Okay, so as we know the story, like Indra, he's the king of the demigods, right? And he has a lot of power. Sometimes he forgets what's really behind his power, right? So he forgets, he gets a little bit puffed up like the puris, yeah? When we fry in the puris, they get very big, yeah? So he forgot a little bit. And so Krishna is very kind. He gave him some mercy, actually, in the end. He didn't just slap him up and go, hey, you're wrong. He gave him some mercy, He didn't just finish him on the spot. He gave him some mercy through chastisement, but in an indirect way, by showing him his power and also giving shelter to all the other devotees because they were very fearful at the end, Okay, so although he was only a boy, he was a boy of extraordinary capacity. He was only 7 years old, but in Padma Purana it is said that the development of growth of special personalities is 1.5 times that of an ordinary person. Although Krishna was only 7 years old, by ordinary calculation, he was 11, according to general calculation. Krishna said, why should we perform the sacrifice of Indra? We have a direct concern with Govardhan Hill and not Indra. He announced this idea to the Gopas, and somehow, willingly or reluctantly, the Gopas submitted to the advice of Krishna. Nanda Maharaj was influenced by affection for his son, and because he was the king, he told them, this time we shall worship Govardhan Hill and not Indra. So Indra insulted Indra insulted, and so the Gopas, the milkmen of Vrindavana, followed Krishna's advice, some reluctantly and some willingly. And they began the sacrifice of Govardhan Hill. This news reached Indra, who threw to himself, a boy of special capacity lives there. Now he was taking the leadership of Vrindavana and stopped this ancient sacrifice to me. For a long time it was the tradition of the Gopas to perform sacrifice to satisfy me. And now one boy is the cause of stopping my sacrifice? So Indra's quite upset now. Yeah, look at these guys, these people. They have been doing this tradition, and then now comes some little boy, and he's telling them, no, don't do this, do something else. And now everyone is changing. Or why are they changing this? So he's a little bit annoyed now, right? He was very much enraged. Indra ordered the clouds and the wind and the lightning to attack the residents of Vrindavan. So, here's another thing, this is quite nice. According to the Vedic understanding, all the elements are personified. In ancient days, the Aryans and the Raja Rishis, elevated human beings and great sages, used to see everything as persons. They saw everything in a personal way. They thought of the creepers, the trees, and everything else in the environment as persons. They understood that they were all persons who, according to karma, are wandering through the different species of life. Once I was asked by a professor of biology about alternatives to Darwinian evolution. I advised him that the evolution from consciousness to matter may be understood on the basis of Berkeley's theory. Whatever we think of is really part of our consciousness, and consciousness means person. Everything that we may be conscious of is a person. We may think of the wind as an inanimate object, but it was thought of in the Vedic line as a person. Lightning, wind, clouds, and rain are all persons. Whatever we consider to be elementary matter, gross and subtle, were all considered by the ancient seers of the truth to be persons. So just one really quick example of this is like, very famous river in India, right? Ganga. You can go there, well, what will you see with your eye? Oh, some nice water, yeah, it's people washing their clothes, swimming, playing. But there are other people, what do? They have a picture of her. And the picture is not just some river, right? It's a person. And they're worshipping Mother Ganga, bowing their head down to Ganga. Two are the same. But one is one way of seeing, yeah? Okay, 3 dimensions, okay, height, width, length, the river is this long, okay, yeah. But then there's something else. And the seers of the truth, they can perceive things on another level. So there will be not just... So there are people that, not ordinary people, like myself, but like there are special souls who are able to see these personalities as they really are. That's the point, right? So Indra's ordering his clouds and the thunder and so on, and it says here, but yes, they are persons. So that it's not like he's just telling some clouds to move and they just, he's actually speaking to the clouds, right? Indra commanded the wind, the clouds, and the rain to go and devastate the whole area of Gokula Vrindavan. The residents of Vrindavana have insulted me, he said. They have rejected me, have stopped worshipping me, and are instead worshipping the mountain hill of Govardhana. I can't tolerate this insult. Go and devastate them. By the order and the wrath of Indra, the master of all the highest subtle elements, heavy rain began to fall, and so thunder, hail, and rain simultaneously attacked the whole of Rajamandala. Consequently, all the residents of Vrindavana were thrown into a great disaster. Misery, pain, and sorrow afflicted the animals and the protectors of the animals, the Gopalas. So the helpless, the women, children, and animals of Vrindavana had no alternative but to take refuge of Krishna. Okay, so everyone's running around after there's this storm, big natural disaster happening because Indra is angry. Who can save them? Alright? End of the day, you may have a lot of money in the bank, you may be very clever, but if there's like a tree gonna fall in your car, what can you do? You can't do a lot. You might try and swerve out the way, then another tree, and your car flips over, and that's it, right? So we're very limited, right? Very, very limited. They cried out, "Oh Krishna, now what are we to do? You influenced us to stop the sacrifice meant for Indra, and now Indra, being vindictive, has begun to afflict us in this very heavy way. How can we live? Please save us." They all came to Krishna for protection. Seeing this, Krishna had much pity for them. Being merciful upon them, he smiled a little, thinking, "They all have come to me for relief." At that time, with only one hand, Krishna lifted up Govardhan mountain for him. It was very easy. It was a very easy thing for him. With only one hand, he uprooted the hill and lifted it up as a child lifts a toy ball. And holding up the great mountain, Krishna gave protection to all those who were living in Gokul. The men, women, and children of Vrindavan bought the cows and all their worldly goods and took shelter beneath Govardhan hill. The whole cowherd society was given shelter under that hill in this way. By lifting Govardhan hill, Krishna gave protection to the residents of Vrindavan and crushed the pride of the Lord of Heaven, Indra himself. So Indra tried to harm these people of Vrindavan, the devotees of Krishna. And with all his power, he couldn't do anything because they were all devotees of Krishna and they were all surrendering themselves to Krishna. They didn't go, "Okay, Krishna, I'm just going to go this way because this is getting too much." They all came to him for shelter, all right? And so Nanda Maharaj prays in this verse, "May that Lord of the cows satisfied by us, who is Indra when compared to Krishna. Krishna is the master of Indra, and yet he has appeared as the master of cows. The Supreme Absolute Truth has accepted a simple position as the keeper of cows. So superficially, he is a mere cowherd boy, but let that cowherd boy who holds within him the power of controlling the whole universe be satisfied with us. We want to worship that Lord who has taken the humble position of the king of the cows." From this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can understand the position of the Lord's pastime at Govardhan. It is also described here. Jai Sabrika Sisi Guru Gauranga Takiraj Ki Jai. Jai Hare Krishna. From this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, we can understand the position of the Lord's pastimes at Govardhan. It is also described here that when the Vrajavasis worshipped him and engaged in sacrifice for his satisfaction, they saw Govardhan Hill as a supreme person, extending his hands and accepting things offered to him, feeding himself. At that time, Krishna painted out, you will see, you thought that Govardhan Hill was only a only a heap of stone. No, it is living. It is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to finish that section there, but you get the gist of the story of Govardhan, right? How everyone, they left these traditions that they used to do, and they took full shelter in Krishna. And then what happened? Some resistance, right? The environment challenged them. They challenged these people, right? The environment tried to test these people's faith, right? But still, the Vrajavasis, they were very strong in their faith, right? Okay, so I'm just going to read this little bit there. God, the beautiful, a part of the infinite, is also infinite. The Govardhan Srila represents Krishna as the master and keepers of cows. Within Govardhan is that mild and soft conception of God, the beautiful. We beg for his mercy, his affection, and his gracious glance upon us, that may save us from the negative influence of this material environment. When we try to put a stop to our material form of life and take our course towards Godhead, Krishna consciousness, neglecting the imperative duties that are upon us, so many difficulties may come to trouble us, to trap us in our journey towards the ultimate truth. But if we stick to the order of Krishna, he will protect us. Krishna confirms this in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharma parityaja mam ekam sharanam braja aham tavam sarvo papebhyu moksayishyami masuchaha. He says, abandon all other conceptions of duty and just remember unto me. Just surrender unto me, Have no fear, I shall protect you and free you from all sinful reactions that might arise from neglecting your ordinary duties. Different material tendencies and mental impulses may attack us. Even Indra himself, the king of heaven, the controller of all ordinary activities, may attack us. But if we are attentive towards our goal, if we are careful to read the order of Krishna, he will protect us in the shade of his lotus feet. He will give us shelter under the shade of Govardhan Hill. Where no Indra will be able to touch our heads, and with full faith that Krishna will give us protection, we should try to take shelter under Govardhan Hill and pray, "O Krishna, give me protection from all the difficulties that may come to attack me because of my leaving behind my ordinary obligations." Although many anomalies may try to catch us, Krishna will protect us, and in his representation as Govardhan Hill, that wonderful master of the cows will save us from all sorts of difficulties. How is this possible? God works wonders. His ways are unknown and inconceivable. Okay. Jai, loving search for the lost servant ki jai. Swami Bhakti Raksak Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Sabrikasi Sri Guru Gauranga Radha ki jai. Jai Yom Shripad Paramahamsa Parikacharya Varyasatara Srimad Bhakti Nirmanacharya Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Raksak Dev-Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswat Thakur ki jai. Sri Rupanu Gurvar ki jai. Namacharya Saridas Thakur ki jai. Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Tulsi Maharaj ki jai, Ganga Jamuna ji ki jai, Antara Srimad Bhaktam Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Saveta Bhaktarinda ki jai, all the devotees ki jai. Nitago Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Now it's time for Aarti. I don't want to keep the Pujari waiting. So, okay, Hare Krishna. Dandavats to everyone. Hare Krishna. Like this one, yeah. You can maybe make this one big as well. Do the Aarti together. Hare Krishna. Don't worry about it.
finish your water.
Oh my God.
Where's your
This is the spot. Jai Sabha Sisi Guru Gauranga Vidaj Ki Jai. Oh, ¿quiere cantar?
Vaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nitai
Because it's been cold the last few days.
Yeah.
That's why the heating is quite very cold. Just today is getting warmer.
This morning it was 10 degrees.
It's good too.
This morning it was 10 degrees.
10 degrees.
That was so much. But windy.
And it's cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Could you imagine minus 10? We finished all of it.
I just came from Scotland. I didn't have to imagine. You can see it like, well, it's not like minus 10, but minus 4,